Hi, I'm Yuyun Gu, and this is my mini lesson project. Basically, it's a teaching material for teachers to teach rhyme in English poetry. First, I will quickly go through the design documentation, which is the root of my web page and also shows my thinking process. I designed my target audience as English major undergraduates in China. The topic I will focus on rhyme in English poetry. In terms of learning targets, I hope the students can be able to explain what rhyme is, be familiar with different types of rhymes, and also gain skills to identify rhyme schemes and to write English poems themselves. Here I use the Gagny's 9 events of instruction model. The first step is to inform students of the objectives. I hope the learning topic and learning targets to be obvious in the web page, so I just set them on top of the web page. The second step is to gain attention of the students. In this step, I applied 3 pieces of music. Actually, the ideal way of displaying them is to click the audio control bar and then the poem pop out. So the students cannot see the content of the poem in the first place. So after they listen to 3 pieces of music, the teachers can pose questions like, anyone knows who is the lyricist of these 3 pieces of music? And it turns out that the lyricists are actually poets. Then we can analyze the content of these poets. Like, why do you think it makes this song or this poem sound really nice to your ears and are aesthetically pleasing? Here, the teacher can also stimulate recall of prior learning by asking the students to think about Chinese poems, because there is actually the conception of rhyme in Chinese poems too. Then the fourth part is to present the learning content, which I show in these 3 blocks. So first part is, what is rhyme? This is the definition, and here the ideal way of displaying it is actually when I click the underline part, the example will pop out. So what is internal rhyme? After I click it, there is an example. Sister, my sister, oh, fleet, sweet swallow. So here's fleet, sweet is the internal rhyme. The same as masculine or feminine rhyme here. So when I click masculine rhyme, I know that the music in my heart I bore long after it was heard 2 more. So bore and more are masculine rhyme. So it's a rhyme that matches a single syllabus. And in terms of the third part, rhyme schemes is actually to teach the students how to identify rhyme schemes. Here I include a YouTube video which I think is very clear which I think is a very clear tutorial in finding a rhyme scheme.
It's that one guy in lit class and not rhyme was sweeping above.
I could give examples and also introduces like Shakespearean sonnet has the rhyme scheme of A B A B C D C D E F F G G. Yeah. Then the 6th part is to elicit performance. So here is a class activity. This is a poem, and the teacher can ask the students to write the rhyming word in first column and the rhyme scheme in second column. For example, the first line, day, second and the third line, day and May are rhyming words, and temp and temperate and date are rhyming words. So here it's A B A B A B A B. The teacher can ask the students to discuss in groups to talk about these two questions. So what is the form of this poem? Because the rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, G, G, so it's actually a Shakespearean sonnet. And can you guess who's the author of this poem? So it's actually Shakespeare. This class activity is to test whether the students understand this video. And the last part is about practice. So it's to let the students to write their own poem. So first, the students should pick up a word with the random word generator. So for example, I pick up beautiful. And to ask the students to write their own poems, they have to use beautiful as one of their rhyming words. And if the students struggle from looking for rhyming words, I here provide a link. Like the students can get access to this web page, and it's really useful to help them find rhyming words. And the students can put their own poem here and submit. Second, I will talk about some problems I met in the process of coding. So the first problem is how to apply the audio in my web page. I Google it and found it in this page. So I found the audio control element. So the controls attribute adds audio controls like play, pause, and volume. Yeah, so here I applied here audio control and add the link. Then here's the audio control bar. The second problem is about to add a YouTube video. In the web page. Actually at first it didn't work. Then I referred to the CodePen from my fellow classmates, because I saw that they have successfully added videos in their web page. I referred to their works and found that I actually missed embed in the URL. Then I edit and it works. The third problem is about the random word generator. I think it has something related to JavaScript and I cannot achieve it so far, so I searched the random word generator in CodePen to see whether there are some works provided by other coder. Then I found one, and then I just borrow his code, and then I revised the vocab bank to change the original vocabulary, which I think is not so suitable for poem writing, to these 28 words. Yeah. So much for this.